I never thought I'd be making a video about homeowners associations, but here we are. And let me tell you, this story is wild. Wild. No. There's this community called Whitebridge, and for the past 20 years, it's been under the iron fist of a woman named Gloria. Now, you might be wondering, how bad could it really be? Well, buckle up, because we're about to dive into a tale of corruption, discrimination, and straight-up abuse of power that'll make your head spin. This isn't just about some petty neighborhood disputes or arguments over fence heights. No. This is about a systematic dismantling of community trust and the weaponization of rules against the very people they're supposed to protect. And the worst part, even though Gloria's moved to Arizona, her legacy of terror continues. Okay, so imagine this. You move into a nice community, thinking you're going to live your best suburban life. But instead, you find yourself in a twisted game where the rules are made up and the points don't matter. Except they do. Because there are actually fines that could cost you your home. That's the reality for the residents of Whitebridge under Gloria's reign. Instead of, doing the normal thing and raising dues when the HOA needed money, Gloria apparently decided to turn fines into a revenue stream. And we're not talking about reasonable fines for major infractions. No, we're talking about a system so nitpicky and impossible to follow that new residents were basically set up to fail from day one. But wait, it gets better, or worse, really. Gloria wasn't just content with ruling over the community. She allegedly used HOA funds for her own pet projects. Now, let's talk about dogs. Specifically, service dogs. You'd think that in 2023, we'd all be on the same page about the importance of service animals, right? Well, not in Whitebridge, apparently. When one resident got a dog for companionship and later established it as a service dog, Gloria went full-on no pets allowed mode. And I'm not talking about a polite reminder of the rules. We're talking harassment fines, the whole 9 yards. It's like she completely ignored the fact that service animals are protected by law. But, this wasn't just about dogs. It was about control. In 2020, a no pets rule was magically implemented without any community vote. Just poof. No more pets. And if you dared to walk your dog on the wrong patch of grass, well, there were cameras watching, ready to catch your every move. It's like living in a really boring suburban version of 1984. So, what happens when a community faces this kind of systemic abuse? Well, in Whitebridge, people started voting with their feet. Residents, even board members, began selling their homes, often at a loss, just to escape Gloria's reign of terror. It's like watching a mini exodus, all because one person decided to play dictator of the cul-de-sac. But not everyone could or wanted to leave. Some brave souls decided to fight back. One resident even ran for the board in 2023, hoping to change things from the inside. And how did Gloria respond? With a barrage of fines and manipulations to try and disqualify them. It's the kind of retaliation that would make a mob boss think, whoa, maybe dial it back a bit. But here's the good news. People are fighting back and they've got a plan. First up, document everything. Next, lawyer up. Then it's time to follow the money with a forensic audit. And let's not forget about those HUD and civil rights complaints. Look, I know this all sounds like the plot of a really bad movie about suburban life gone wrong. But for the residents of Whitebridge, this is their reality. It's a stark reminder that sometimes the biggest threats to our communities don't come from outside. They come from within, from people we trust to look out for our best interests. But it's also a story of resilience, of people standing up and saying, enough is enough. The fight isn't over for Whitebridge. There are still liens to challenge, rules to change, and a whole lot of healing to do. But by shining a light on these practices, by refusing to be silenced, these residents are taking the first steps towards reclaiming their community. So, here's to the fighters of Whitebridge, And to anyone out there facing similar battles, keep documenting, keep speaking up, and keep fighting for what's right. Because sometimes the most important changes start right in our own backyards.